Welcome back to On My Bookshelf, and in this episode we're going to be looking at C signatures by Marianthi Lainas and published by Kozu books. This is C Signatures by Marianthi Lainas. Marianthi is a photographer and visual artist from the northwest of England. For over a decade now, her work has appeared in galleries across the country, and she specialises in handcrafting her own books. This book is a little different though, and it's published by Kozu books. It measures 200mm by 240mm. It's a hardcover book with a printed cover. It's 80 pages long and uses fedrigoni satin paper. But the content of this book is particularly interesting as the images created are using a technique that I wasn't familiar with. It's a form of photography known as cyanotype. It's photography without a camera. What Marianthi has done to create these images is absolutely fascinating. She takes out sheets of photographic paper which are pre-coated with the cyanotype chemicals in a light sealed bag. She then places these light sensitive papers close to the shore with the movement of the waves and the sands wash the chemicals around, leaving imprints on the paper. When she collects the paper and returns home, she supplements the shapes and patterns left by the light, seawater and sand with things like gold leaf, wax and threads. This final stage is how she adds her own interpretation to the 150-year-old cyanotype process. The images in this book are created at her local beach, a place she is constantly drawn to and something she talks about in the introduction of this book. So is this a book for your bookshelf? Well, this is where things get a little tricky. Tricky for me, that is. While I pride myself in exposing myself to all sorts of different types of photography books, this is perhaps my most challenging title yet. This is because these images aren't photographs in what I might classify the traditional sense, but they are more akin to pieces of art. They are very much a personal expression of Marianthi's love for the beach. I would perhaps go as far to say it's abstract art. And unfortunately, I perhaps lack the language and understanding to describe what I am seeing in a meaningful way. But just because I lack the words to describe Marianthi's work doesn't mean I can't appreciate it or enjoy it. And I have to say that I do enjoy it. I enjoy looking at the images in this book. I enjoy wondering how the movement of the tide helps shape the image, and I enjoy discovering where Marianthi has added to the cyanotype process. So for me, it doesn't matter that I don't possess the artistic language to eloquently describe what I am seeing. I'm just content to enjoy this book, and that's why it's on my bookshelf. If you'd like to pick up a copy of C Signatures by Marianthi Lainas, then you can do so directly from Kozu books. There's a link in the video description below. I hope you enjoyed this episode of On My Bookshelf. I've probably got another 2 or 3 episodes left in this series, and if you don't want to miss them, then hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. But if you can't wait till then, I'm popping up the On My Bookshelf playlist. With over 30 episodes, there is sure to be a book there to inspire your photography. Thank you again for joining me, and I'll see you next time.